Hey everyone, I'm Mark. This is Dungeon Class. We're doing another one of our Dungeon Masters Roundtable. Today I have with me Aviad from Beyond the Screen. I have Fred from How to D&D, and we have with us Wally DM, Mr. Wally DM from Wally DM channel. And today we are talking about the health benefits of Dungeons and Dragons. And I will start first. A lot of you know that I'm a teacher by trade, and I know that one of the things that my students that play Dungeons and Dragons enjoy is that it's an escape from the world that they're in. They have a lot on their table. The world can be a stressful place, and there's tremendous health benefits to escaping for a bit, kind of get away from it, get away from the worries of the world, and hopefully to a safe space. I know safe is kind of a subjective word. I mean, in this world, people aren't coming at you with swords, but there's imaginary swords in this world. So, but there's definitely tremendous value in that, and I think escapism is definitely healthy benefit of Dungeons and Dragons. So, Avia, what would you say is a health benefit of Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, for starters, people don't call us insane for talking about fictional worlds all day. So D&D, first and foremost, is a game, so it should be fun. But it also, like you've mentioned, has a lot of health benefits. I have a player who suffers from chronic depression, and she said that the sessions were like a point of light for her.
Wow.
It was a time that she knew that she would be meeting friends, laugh, and go on crazy adventures. I think this is mainly because the sessions were like an island of stability in her schedule. It was something she could look up to every week, and that thing can really make a difference for someone with chronic depression. Also, we have so much pressure on our day-to-day life, just like you said, and it's simply great for escapism.
Mm-hmm.
It's a safe environment also that we can just kind of express ourselves, be ourselves, try new things. So for people who are less confident and more shy, it's a good place to kind of practice those social skills and get a kind of try the role of a leader, or try to do things that they wouldn't do normally.
Yeah, good points. Good points. Wally, what would you say are some health benefits of Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, I do believe that our mental state is probably the one that is most touched upon, and there's a lot of different aspects for that. Like Aviad mentioned, it can help uh, fight against like depression and things of that nature. For me personally, I look forward to my D&D nights to play because life stresses me out. And what do I get to do is I have a set time. I'm going to come home. I'm going to be able to relax. I'm going to hang out with people that I enjoy the company of. And we are going to play a game for a few hours and get immersed into that game. And with that, it just like everything goes away for those few hours. But with me in particular, I like to laugh, and they will say that laughter is the best medicine, and they are absolutely right, because I love my sessions to be. I mean, we have our serious moments, so don't get me wrong, but you just got to have a good laugh. I mean, it's just if you've got tears in your eyes from something that you're laughing so hard that you can't even sit in your chair straight and whatever else, it's good for your mental state. I'm sure it releases something that's just like, yeah, I feel much better and stuff like that. But I like to laugh and enjoy, and I think that is probably one of the things for me personally, anyway. The laughter, and it helps kill the stress after a long day.
Sounds great. Absolutely. I agree with all that. Yeah, I love to laugh, and boy, it can't help but be funny at times. I mean, the players come up with the wildest, craziest ideas, and it's always a good thing when the players make the DM laugh so hard that they can hardly tell what's coming up next. They're laughing too hard. So that happens often in my game. I'm like, oh my gosh, I never imagined you would do that. You totally blew down the tavern, and that's now the whole town's coming after you. That's freaking hilarious. So hilarity ensues. So that's a really, really great point. All right. So Fred, what do you think are health benefits of Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, I just want to go back to what Wally was saying. What he's trying to talk about is endorphins. Funds. You don't get it. That's the chemical released in your brain. Okay, it's not that funny.
Oh, endorphins.
Endorphins. That's right.
Endorphins. Yeah.
Oh, we got
That's
it.
why
We
they're
got
so fun and good for you. Yeah. No.
I gotta write that down. I learned something.
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
1d4 psychic damage.
You're right.
Oh, stay
Dang
tuned,
it, I
Aviad.
learned
We got
something
all
today.
kinds. We have all kinds of psychic damage for you coming right up, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So health benefits of Dungeons and Dragons. I had a really hard think about this, and I was like, are there actually any benefits, health benefits to Dungeons and Dragons? I mean, I thought D&D meant demons and devils, isn't
no.
Dungeons and Dragons about worshipping demons and devils? That's why I named my channel How to D&D, How to Demons and Devils.
Oh wow. We've moved
no,
on.
no.
That's the Satanic Panic. That was a long time ago. We've moved on since then.
Okay. All right. Okay. I couldn't help but drop that in because I knew that I'm going to get blurped out. I'm going to talk like a cat or a dog or something, and next he's going to edit that in. I'm for sure I can see it now.
Oh, yeah.
So the benefits I see is teamwork. Often in Dungeons and Dragons, unlike a lot of other games that you play, they tend to be competitive, and the vast majority of your table is actually having to work together as a team. Now, that doesn't mean that all tables work that way, but the idea is that we hope they will work that way. Yeah. So I think the benefits is actually working together, and sometimes teams work well with a leader, and sometimes it's good to change the leadership, and sometimes it's good to not be the leader if you are used to being the leader, and instead take on a different role within that group. And that's why Dungeons and Dragons has so many roles, right? You've got your standard roles of the fighter, which is the tank. You've got your cleric, the healer. You've got your rogue, who's the skill monkey. And then you've got your wizard for dealing with anything that's sort of magical and so forth. And there's a purpose to everybody in it. And a group is like a cog. There's 4 cogs, essentially. They all work together as a team. So I think that's one of the big benefits. Certainly fun. I kind of view Dungeons and Dragons and people who play Dungeons and Dragons as weekend warriors. You know, it's like we get to the weekend or that time when you play Dungeons and Dragons, and you hang out with people that you know, preferably rather than strangers, and you have a good laugh. And if you can drink, then you'll be drinking some beer, and you just let it all go. And sometimes it's just kill all the monsters, and sometimes it's invest in the story and follow goals, and sometimes it's something else completely different. Who knows what it'll be? So yeah, there are plenty of benefits.
Great points. And I think you kind of touched on the idea of building relationships, and in your building relationships with friends, you're hanging out with friends, you're going to learn more about your friends and the people you play with than you would have ever learned in anything else in the world. And Dungeons and Dragons does that, and it helps build relationships. And relationships are definitely good for your mental health. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you to our guest, Aviad, from Beyond the Screen. If you check out his channel, he's coming on strong. He's a great guy. He's done coming out of the gate. He's doing great work. So please check him out. Mr. Wally DM, of course, you know Wally DM. He's got that puzzle thing going on over there. He does a good job, so go check him out. And Mr. Fred, How to D&D, the grandfather of the group. Now, the guy that's been doing this a lot longer and has a lot of videos. If you're looking for a video on nearly anything, go check out How to D&D if you haven't already. Thank you, everybody. And with that, class dismissed.